So apparently, Canada, you've shot up to #1 on Trump's naughty list. Congratulations. And now he's talking about blocking a bridge. This is from the Wall Street Journal today. Trump threatens to block opening of new bridge between Detroit and Canada. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, blocking bridges. Apparently, Canada paid for this thing. It says the Gordie Howe International Bridge is close to completion, so it's almost done, after nearly 8 years of construction, paid for by Canada. Okay. The cable-stayed bridge, running 1.5 miles, marks a new piece of trade infrastructure to alleviate congestion at the Detroit-Windsor, Ontario Gateway, or the busiest commercial land crossing in North America. Apparently, though, Trump, he wants to block bridges and stop business, apparently. I think at this point, Trump just wants us all doing business in Trump coin. If we don't do Trump coin, then I guess we don't do any business. Is that our plan? He's also going to be threatening hockey here, saying you're not going to have hockey in Canada. The whole thing is ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as you always say. So according to Trump, he says, as everyone knows, the country of Canada has treated the United States unfairly for decades, actually very unfairly. That's according to Trump. Trump then also says the Canadian government expects me as president of the United States to permit them to, quote, just take advantage of America. What? And then he's mad about U.S. Spirits, beverages, and such being boycotted, but this is all due to Trump's own making. He's mad that you're mad at him for being a jerk, basically. That's what it boils down to. And then he's mad that you're making friends with other countries. From Trump, Prime Minister Carney wants to make a deal with China, which will eat Canada alive. That's according to Trump. We'll just get the leftovers. I don't think so. Wait, what? And I don't want to be too vulgar here, but the way against Trump sounds like it's, again, we're talking about that bad lover kind of thing, thinking I don't want to be second. It's weird. The first thing China will do is terminate all ice hockey being played in Canada. And permanently eliminate the Stanley Cup. What? No more no more hockey for you guys. If you don't make friends with Trump, no more hockey. You just heard it. You make friends with China, the Stanley Cup is there officially canceled. And Trump's probably upset that Carney's out making friends, right? This was actually in the Financial Times. Carney's art of the deal. Canada leveraged subs, contract for auto investment. We're talking deals with Germany, deals with Korea, just making relationships. And if you look at what people in Michigan are saying, this is against Trump. This is from Senator Peters. He says, this statement from the president is completely backwards. Michigan's economy is highly integrated with Canada, and the Detroit-Windsor corridor is one of the busiest border crossings for trade in our entire country. We wanted this bridge for years because it would be a boom for our economy. This is another case of president undermining Michigan businesses and workers. This is Senator Slotkin, also Michigan. The Gordie Howe Bridge is an incredible, important infrastructure project for Michigan. President Trump's threat tonight to tank it is awful for our state's economy. Canceling this project will have serious repercussions, higher costs for Michigan businesses, less secure supply chains, and ultimately fewer jobs. With this threat, the president is punishing Michiganders for a trade war he started, and the only reason Canada is on the verge of a trade deal with China is because President Trump kicked them in the teeth for a year. The president's agenda for personal retribution should not come before what's best for us. Canada is our friend, not our enemy, and I will do everything in my power to get this critical project back on track. And it's frustrating to go through this stuff, guys. I know. I mean, it's half comical, half ridiculous, half tragedy. I'll just say this. Not everyone in USA is completely whacked out. I'm with Senator Slotkin here. Canada's our friend, not our enemy. Pay no attention to Trump saying that hockey's going to be canceled if you don't make deals with Trump. That's basically what he's saying. It's so stupid. And then is he mad about Epstein stuff? Maybe. Who knows? Ghislaine Maxwell takes the fifth in congressional hearing. There's some stuff that came out about that basically there's a bunch of names in the Epstein files, which there's going to be more. Listen to this.
But what I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files. So that's the first thing that I saw. It took some digging to find them. Then I'll let you talk about what you saw.
Well, and we discussed that. I mean, there are 6 men, some of them with their photographs that have been redacted, and there's no explanation why those people were redacted. And Thomas discovered it through his MIT logic with some of the searches. But, that's really concerning.
There are 6 men. We went in there for 2 hours. There's millions of files, right? And in a couple of hours, we found 6 men whose names have been redacted who are implicated in the way that the files are presented.
Is Trump in this particular list of names? Who knows? But we already know Trump's in the files. But it's not just Trump. It's a lot of Trump associates and stuff like that. So, yeah, this stuff is connected in the sense of some people say, oh, Chris, this is all about Epstein and he, attacks Canada to distract whatever. I just talk about all of it, To me, this just represents that Trump and his buddies, party it up or do whatever illegal crap that they want to do. And then essentially everyone else pays for it, right? And then even when people work really hard to build partnerships, relationships, say with the bridge between Canada and USA, over 8 years is a long time, and Canada pays for it. Trump's like, oh, well, if I don't trade in Trump coin or, bow and loyal to me, then you're never going to find any other friends ever. And it's just like ridiculous. And then it just goes back to all Trump is really interested in is just working for him and his buddies. And
what's your message to Pam Bondi after what you saw today?
Need to do a little more work. And we'll see her at the Judiciary Committee here in a couple days.
At the very least, these 6 men, maybe she can make public. I mean, we're happy to provide the information to them, and they should do that.
Are these men U.S. citizens? What fields do they work in? Is it finance? Is it political?
At least one is a U.S. citizen. At least one is a foreigner. And the other 3 or 4 have names. I'm not sure if they're foreign or U.S.
And which field do they work in? Is it finance, banking, political?
One is pretty high up in a foreign government.
And some are... they're. One of the others is a pretty prominent individual. But I think that the point is that these 6 are just what we found in 2 hours of a review of the files that aren't redacted. The broader issue is why so many of the files they're getting are redacted in the first place.
Trump today then is giving an interview, and he's talking about how we're all going to be rich. For real.
When did you, in your heart and mind, when did you know you wanted Kevin Warsh?
So
officially, it was 2 Fridays ago. But when did you?
Well, I made a mistake. He was runner-up, if you want to say that.
He was a finalist.
Yeah, he was, and I made a mistake because I had somebody that was my Secretary of the Treasury, wanted him so badly, and I didn't feel good about him. But sometimes you listen to people, and it was a mistake. It was really a big mistake. But I think we're going to do something that's really spectacular. We should be at 15%. I'll tell you, if our new head of the Fed, who I think is going to be great, and he's a really high-quality person, but if he does the job that he's capable, we can grow at 15%. I think more than that.
So according to Trump, the economy, we're going to do 15%, maybe even more, and everything's going to be fantastic, right? So in my point of view, is probably just he's looking at Trump coin. Oh, well, sir, Trump coin's up 15% today. Wow, fantastic. You're getting a bunch of money from who knows where. Oh, fantastic, as long as Trump coin goes up. Well, here's the thing. He's actually getting sued. This is actually really interesting. BYD, of all things. BYD, this is the car company, files lawsuit, seeks refund over Trump U.S. auto tariffs. And basically, BYD's got a bunch of subsidiaries in the USA. They're claiming that, all this stuff is illegal. And this is not just BYD. There are many companies around the world that are going to be suing Trump. Many companies in the USA will be suing Trump. Many people all over are going to be suing Trump. So this is nothing necessarily new. But this is the kind of business that he runs. Block bridges, get lawsuits if you get upset. They're going to sue you. So the big money in today's economy is going to capital, not labor. So let's say, for example, in Trumpy's world, he gets that 50% GDP, right? Just for example, they finesse the numbers or whatever. Chances are the regular person is not going to see that. And when you actually see this, it's really interesting. This is a chart from 1980 to present. Corporate profits keep going up. See right there. Labor compensation going down. Right, and this is like as a percentages. You can actually read a bit this, and this is the key. 1985, IBM was the most valuable company, one of the most profitable, and among the largest employers with a payroll of nearly 400,000 people, right? So as in 1985, IBM's this big company, has a lot of jobs there, basically. Today, NVIDIA is nearly 20 times as valuable and 5 times as profitable as IBM was back then, adjusted for inflation, yet it employs roughly a tenth as many people. It's like today's economy, right? We don't hire as many people in our biggest, / most profitable companies. And I think this kind of thing is a real problem. It represents the current economy, or you could say the Reaganomics, however you want to call it. The rich get richer, poor get poor. Look at this chart here. Real market capitalization, the number of employees for the largest companies of the first trading day of select years. So basically, you have the more valuable the company kind of thing, and then how many people do you employ, right? And that's why they use the example of NVIDIA, like the valuation is really high. Like, oh my God, look how awesome the stock is. Look how much we value this thing. But they don't hire that many people. It's a different world than in the past. And Trump actually wants to push this kind of world further. That's why it's important to take all this stuff in consideration, not just one thing. You look at it all. Look at the numbers. Look at the economy.
Can you beat history on these midterm elections?
Yeah.
Carry the House and the Senate for the GOP. Can you do it on the economy? Do you need more communication? Do you need more marketing? Do you need more help? I mean, the numbers are on your side. The question is, does the public know this?
Well, we have a fake news that doesn't get the word out. That's why I love doing an interview. We get the word out. Mm-hmm. But so you ask a question. In 50 years, a president that won, even a popular president, somebody that's done well. I'm popular and I've done well. I mean, I think we have the greatest economy actually ever in history. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. That's said by everybody. We have the hottest country in the world. I guess I have to sell that because we should win in a landslide, and we'll do everything we can to do it.
So basically, he lives in a bubble, right? Does he know he's lying? Who knows? But that's why I show you guys the charts. This is sort of the world that we live in. Sure, some people benefit from the current economy. Sure, some people benefit like Elon Musk, but the average person maybe not. And then when you want to create, business activity in relationship with other countries, he wants to block bridges. Literally, it's crazy. Or you're pissing off our allies, say, in Europe, right? European alternatives to Visa and MasterCard urgently needed, says banking chief. This kind of stuff, when the Trumpers will talk about, trade deficits, these kind of things, oftentimes you exclude these financial companies, which are major, or you exclude the services of, say, tax, accounting, or the stuff that Amazon or Apple do, like, say, Amazon AWS, right? Or Apple services, any number of things like they're when Trump talks about the economy and stuff like that, or imbalances and how everyone's cheating us, they're always talking about like kind of an old style economy, and it's just a bad way of thinking about things. And for example, here, why this is important, this is real money. This is actually pissing off other countries, and then say they switch over their financial systems to have their own, say, Visa or MasterCard equivalent. And if you don't know, say here in Korea, for example, we have lots of different ways to pay. We don't have to use Visa or MasterCard. That hurts the big American businesses, which is, what Trump is pushing other countries to do is form their own partnerships, their own deals other than the USA. So I know on a daily basis, it's like just whacked out to look at this Trump stuff all the time. And I just want to tell you guys that you're not alone. I can see it. You can see it. Many other people in the community can see it. Everyone around the world can see it. It's really only that minority of MAGA people, and I don't think they're going to turn up at the polls. But don't take things for granted. You got to turn up, make your voice heard, and obviously you want to remove these Trump people as soon as possible. It's just a detriment to everyone. So that's my thoughts on this. I'd like to hear yours, and I'll catch you on the next video.